Mark and Jono from Business and Bear Free here again, and we're now in Austin, Texas. Downtown Austin, Texas. Beautiful day. We're getting such great weather here on this US trip. And today we've got Dave from Uberpong, who doesn't have a Texan accent. Welcome, Dave.
Thanks for having me, Mark. Jono.
Tell us about Uberpong, because this is fascinating.
So, I'll take you back to the inspiration. Yes. So, I was working in a tech startup like 4 years ago, and it was one of the first companies I'd worked in where they had a ping pong table. So I thought, this is amazing. This is like, I'm in love already. So I'll accept the position. So very first day, it's kind of do the tour. Here's a ping pong table, and very, very quickly, in other companies, it's kind of, you've got to break the ice with colleagues, and yep. It's sort of like, in England, I'm sure it's the same in Australia. It's kind of, go down the pub and get smashed with friends, and that's the bonding. Yes. And with this company, it was the ping pong was the way to bond. And I thought, this is great. But what I noticed, maybe, I don't know, 6 months in.
It came up in one of the conversations, didn't it, the other day? We talked about you played ping pong with a guy yep. And turned out to be an investor.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. He did one of his first investment deals with his
No way.
Absolutely.
So
that's
we're
brilliant.
hearing this theme around ping pong.
Not a Texas accent yet, no, but I've learned the. It's taken me three.
Do your best. Go on.
Taken me 3 years to get one expression down. Y'all.
Yeah. Have you got the all yet?
Huh?
All yet?
The all y'all. Yeah, and the you bet. Yeah, but it's hard hard
This is a real cosmopolitan sort of city, isn't it? There's people from everywhere here.
Definitely getting there. Yeah. So I came across 3 years ago, and in that time, I'm hearing more and more accents, like different accents from around the world.
Yep.
Obviously Aussies like yourselves.
Yeah.
Indians, French. I'm a member of Eurocircle, which is a European networking event. So again, that's just that's growing and growing and growing. As the city goes up, literally. All the skyscrapers coming in, yeah.
Has the British background had some impact in your connections that you've made?
Well, I'm actually married to an American, okay. So a lot of people actually say, they'll ask me, "Are you from Australia?" and they'll be American asking me that. So I'll say, "Are you from Canada?" that's my comeback. No offense, guys,
yeah,
but
Canada's a nice place.
It is. But a lot of people will say, yeah, where you from exactly? And it tends to be that sort of mid-Atlantic kind of English, yeah, the slight drawl. Yeah. So if a deal's not going quite right, and I feel like I really need to turn it on, I'll turn on the British accent and close it. Start overly enunciating and adding, instead of, overly pronouncing the T's. Yeah. And deal in.
So, Dave, how did you get here? How did you get to Austin, Texas?
Well, I think it's 4 years ago, I came across to visit my sister-in-law, and she was living here. So I came across for South by Southwest. Managed to get 3 weeks off work.
Now, what's that for the people around the world that don't know how big this is?
So South by Southwest, I think it's about 8, maybe 20 years old now, and it's a festival that combines music, film, and now technology. Technology was the latest edition, but that's become the kind of hottest part of the festival. Yeah. And it goes on for about, I think it's like 11 days, but it's grown and grown and grown. And now, just like I was saying about the accents, for those 11 days, the world's here. Yep. And in addition to that, you've got the Formula One at COTA, or Circuit of the Americas, and what other things? Austin City Limits. So there are now almost globally recognised events in Austin, which
And you've discovered that just
weird.
By coming to visit your sister as a tourist, so to speak.
Pretty much, yeah. And fell in love with the place. Like I was always, the US was always on my radar since I first visited Orlando in, when was that, 93 I think it was, when I was like 11 or something. So, and I just fell in love with the place, and I thought people are kind of friendly here, they're smiling, there's that real taste for entrepreneurship, and I thought this is a place where I can come across, my ideas would stand out, but it was a case of finding the right city.
Now
to launch
it's standing out compared to
England.
England,
yeah,
anywhere in England, including London.
Well, I was in London for 10 years, so that yeah, you know, hyper competitive, dog eat dog, not very collaborative, and it was a treadmill. It was on the treadmill.
Is it just amongst tech or amongst any sort of startup?
I think any industry really.
So what drives that, do you think?
What, the dog eat dog mentality?
Yeah, the whole. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just it's almost that feeling of, you know, you get so far in your small town and then you kind of graduate to the big city, and then it's kind of like, you know, kill everyone to get to the top, and then, you know, move into your mansion in the countryside. I don't know. That's it. There's only really, it feels like there's one way to do it.
Yeah.
And then there's that, you know, you break away from that and say, right, I'm going to start a business, and people are kind of like, crazy. It's never going to work.
Yeah.
You're going to be a failure. If you fail, you'll be a failure.
This is the common thing we hear, and this is what a lot of the Aussies complain about as well, and that culturally we are very similar.
Yeah.
We can actually say that about the English, whereas the Americans think they are, but they're not.
Well, yeah, the special relationship.
Yeah,
you know,
well, no, but we obviously all get on well. It's just, it's just more that there are more cultural differences between us and the Americans than us and English. But it's interesting because back home it's the same sort of thing. It's like it's more of the you can't do that rather than go for it, give it a go, and that's the attitude we're seeing here.
Yep.
And that's why a lot of people like yourself, a lot of Aussies as well, are heading this way.
Yep. It's funny though, because, you know, when I got here, I said to a lot of people, that's the reason why I moved, and a lot of people said, you know, it's not like that anymore. You know, entrepreneurship's dying. And I said, well, go to England, go to other countries, live there for a few years, and then come back, and you'll see it. You'll see how advanced it is in that.
You've come over during the global financial crisis. The world's economy, by and large, is stagnant, if not going backwards, and we're struggling.
Yep.
And you decided not only to start a new business, bring your business here,
yep,
but to start in a foreign country.
In a niche. Yeah.
In a very interesting niche.
Yeah.
Niche.
Yeah.
Tell us.